hate reading! And also, I bought this.
This is the first Playrail set that I've ever bought, and the first Playrail item, excluding that guy.
Hello!
So I thought it'd be cool if I unboxed it and gave it a little review, and to help me with that is my good friend, Tug's Iceberg owner, EN2, who you should subscribe to, or I'll find you. I'll come to your house.
Thank you, Cade. Happy to be here, and looking forward to what's a very interesting item with an in-depth history.
An in-depth history indeed, because this item has had a bunch of releases that I didn't even know about until a couple seconds ago. So, Mr. Tug's Iceberg creator EN2, why don't you go and take it away? Give us a couple in-depth looks at that.
This item was originally released on the 17th of May 2001 for the Playrail range in Japan. However, it was released in 2003 for the Tamika World range in the North American continent. This original set vastly differs from the one that we have here today with us. Originally, it came with another Thomas that had an annoyed expression instead of the happy one that you see now. The red passenger car was the same, however it came with a troublesome tanker rather than the yellow one. The two troublesome trucks are the same, but instead of the other freight cars, it came with 3 flatbeds, each having a mini versions of Trevor, Caroline, and Terrence. Additionally, it also came with a breakdown crane colored in green. The Tamika World version of the set came with a tank car that had milk stenciled on the side. As a fun detail for the North Americans, this is the first set to have a Thomas released with red stripes on the boiler and a white running board. Additionally, on the front of the box, Terrence is mislabeled as Trevor. Obviously, the set was discontinued in North America after a while, but was still being produced in Japan. Later on, in September 2011, it came out under a different name, Thomas and Full Freight Car Set translated. This set was vastly different to the one that came before it, with several changes being made, which we can go over now.
Thanks, Tug's Iceberg creator EN2. Let's get this thing open! However, before I get this open, I just want to point out how awesome this packaging is. You can see that every individual item has like a color assigned to it, and it just looks really neat. It like catches your eye. I would definitely buy this if I saw this in a store.
So sliding the thing out of the box, I can already confidently give this a 0 out of 10 because there's no duck in it.
Oh, that's weird. Instead of coming with a red coach, mine came with a copy of Sonic and Knuckles. So I guess what I'm going to do is just briefly go over every item pretty individually. Let's start with this guy. This tank has a really weird feel to it. It doesn't feel like the same one that we got in the US, and also there's a weird screw here, so I can give this item a 0 out of 10 because there's no duck in it. Next up is this red freight car with removable fruit. It kind of reminds me of the Scarloey that I own. Next up, we got this cool little fish car. I like that it's... Next, we have this van. I think this is kind of cool because I can store my coins in it. Next, we have this weird car with the milk churns that are attached to it. Kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't like it. It looks a lot like this. They should have sued. Here we have Rickety. They took his face off. Now we have this SC Ruffy, which is kind of cool because I have this one with a 3D face. Do you think the world would implode if I put that load into this Ruffy? Now it comes with this green coach. Also, I'm colorblind. Last but not least is this Playrail Thomas. It's really cool since I've only been staring at Trackmaster Thomases my whole life. I really like the face on this guy. Alright, let's put a battery in him. Alright, so to open this thing you have to do it a little bit differently. I just found that out. Thank you, Tug's Iceberg creator EN2. Anyway, let's put the battery in. Yeah! Alright, so to review the set itself, I'm going to set it up using black magic. You guys won't be able to comprehend it, so in the next scene it's going to be complete. Okay, so I have everything set up exactly like it is on the packaging, and I can safely say 0 out of 10, there is no duck. Something I completely neglected to notice until 0.2 seconds ago is that Thomas's left buffer is scuffed for some reason, and I'm probably going to mark that out. Alright, so this little green piece of track is supposed to make the trucks go back and forth. That's kind of neat. And just for the hell of it, here's my Playrail Gordon finally returning to form on Playrail track. But yeah, overall a good item. I would recommend getting it. I think... Oh!